Hello, hello. This is Tommy Thomas coming to you again from T-ster Talk. Well, I'm going to talk about sexuality and the orientations, and wow, I didn't realize it was that many. Um, it's just a lot, right? I got my list here. I ain't gonna sit here and pretend like I know all this stuff, but I just amazed at how it has just spread so much. And realistically, I understand why, because these things you want to relate, you want to have people relate to what you are and what you're feeling and who you're attracted to. Everybody's just not the same. It's just different. So, the laundry list is just endless, right? So, we start off obviously by saying homosexual, right? Then you got bisexual. And then you got asexual, right? Then you got obviously heterosexual. It's most common. Then you got multisexual. You got poly. You got monosexual. Then you got the queer, and then the lesbian. We got panromantic sexual, pansexual, omnisexual, and spectrosexual. And if I left out some, hit me up and let me know, because I know there's probably many more. And then you say to yourself, okay, well, why do we have so many? It's just something that you have to deal with, right? People generally just want to know who they kind of merge with and belong to or like, and they just want to be identified as. A lot of people don't want to do that, right? But then there's some people who obviously need to be identified so they can attract the right crowd or right people or person, and their chances of being happy that way are higher, right? The percentage is higher. You can identify with people without just looking at somebody and judging them. You don't really know how somebody is just by looking at them. It takes time to kind of figure out, okay, what am I? This is a struggle, right? A lot of people don't even know until they know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I dated somebody when I was younger, and she didn't know. She just was curious about a lot of stuff, and to my credit as a young man, I gave her enough space to get herself where she needed to be, and to find out who she was and what direction she was going. So I went from being interested in being with her to obviously being supportive of her. And I think that was the right thing to do. She finally found her place and her sexuality, and I was happy for her, and we still friends, right? And so that was the right thing to do for me. And I know that later on in life, she didn't have to worry about struggling about that situation, because it is something that a lot of people struggle with, especially when you're uncomfortable in society of telling people really how you feel. How you express yourself. You're so worried about other people, how they see you. You don't ever worry about that. Just be yourself. There's a lot of people who just don't really care, right? It's just, you have to understand who you are as a person. It doesn't mean that other people are right about saying different things about you. You just be who you are, and just come out with your own words and feel the way you feel. Now, I left out one because my play sister is going to be very, very happy that I'm bringing this up. It's called sapiosexual. I think I'm pronouncing that right. If not, hit me up and let me know. But what that is, and it just hit me when she sent it to me. I had never heard of it. But this person is attracted to people who are actually smart, intelligent, and bring something obviously more than physicality to the table, which I think is really cool, right? Some people are attracted to like nerds, right? We all call them nerds, or just kind of people like that. Hey, whatever floats your boat, right? There's no wrong thing to this, right? Don't worry about scriptures, this, and people telling you that, religion this, religion that, social media, whatever. You have to live your life the way you want to do it. We have people, the YouTube movement and all this other stuff, and I respect everybody who feels like they are a certain way. Whether I agree with you or not has nothing to do with it. I'm not going to judge you, and we're not here to judge, right? Judge not that you be judged. That's what the Bible says. And I know we all do it. Don't get me wrong, and we all do it. But when we're talking about something essential as sexual orientation, I think it's that person's right to feel the way they do the things they want to do, and be addressed that way. as long as they're comfortable. With mentality the way it is right now, depression, people are feeling a certain way now. I think it's very vital that we all give that person or persons the right to do and feel the way they want to feel so they can feel comfortable. It's so hard in this society, right, in this world. It's a lot of stress for a lot of people doing a lot of things. And this little something like this could just tick somebody off and go the wrong direction. We got what people call the he, she's, right? Or they or them. And people want to be called that and all these other names that we come out with. Whatever it takes to make that person feel comfortable, just do it. There's no right or wrong way, in my opinion, because I'm not going to sit here and look at it. I have my own beliefs. If somebody could be talking about me and the regular people, right? And then there's other people who look at things differently. Oh, I was born this way. It doesn't matter, folks. It really doesn't. And I know some people who are religious who go against this stuff. But I just want to remind the panel that, there's a lot of things that happen in the Bible early on in Genesis about sexual orientation. You guys keep it real. When Lot got there to Sodom and Gomorrah, 3 angels came to visit him. And we probably know that they were male angels, right? Or say they were female angels. It doesn't matter. When they got there, the people knocked on the door demanding that those angels come out. And it clearly states so they can have sex with them. Right? So you had a lot of this stuff going on early, right? And so a lot of people are just judgmental about a lot of things. I'm not going to get into the religious side of all that because that's not necessary. But I just want to let you know how people view things. And it's just very important that, you stay in your lane, right? If don't bother you, don't bother you. Just leave that person alone. If they choose to be certain ways, just let them be who they are, right? Now, if it's your child and you're trying to steer them in a direction, that's something you have to deal with in counseling and whatever. But what's going to really happen is if that person is struggling, they're going to need more support than just the regular support they've been getting, because a lot of people are wrestling with what sexuality they are. With sex change and all this gender change and all, transgender this and, all that crap that's going on with people. And I mean crap because I mean crap how people treat people. It's crap. Just treat them like they're still human beings, right? Whether it's good or bad. If that's what you want to do, if you want to go out here and forsake whatever you want to forsake and preach this, preach that, I mean, that's their prerogative, right? We had 2 ministers. One minister got married. It was a male minister. He got married to a man. And now the man is now what is called first man of the church. So that's something different, right? That's not, this is what is going on. It's changing. The culture is changing. Are you okay with change? If you know most people know somebody who has something different going on other than the normal, what we deemed normal lifestyle, right? So how do you address that? Do you have a situation like that? Are you frustrated? I know a lot of people are. You don't have to agree with it, but you still have to love that person for who they are. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I'm just bringing it up because somebody brought it to my attention that there was a lot of stuff that has different orientation. Like I said, I read a list. I didn't even know half of them. And then I see the criteria and what that goes involved in having these kind of things to be discussed, right? But the bottom line is love all, teach all, right? Anyway, hit the like, please subscribe, and as always, thank you for watching. I'm Tommy Thomas coming to you for live from T-ster Talk. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. God bless.